Here's some common mistakes that beginner astrologers make that can potentially hurt you. Okay, the thing number one is stereotyping and dramatizing some placements, especially the hard placements like the sun or moon or any other personal planet in 8th house or Scorpio, Pluto accents in a natal charts. I've seen these people come into astrologers after another astrologers that told them that they are cursed or never gonna have luck. And this is very unprofessional because this is a very quick judgment, and now it's hurting somebody because someone can think that now there's something wrong with them. Because if you have planets in your 8th house or your Scorpio, Pluto accented person, it means that you have a big energetic capacity and you are acting knowing that you have this capacity. It is bigger than the capacity of some other signs, for example. And for other signs, for their perspective, they think that you are doing something risky, edgy, or hard. But when you are a owner of that placement, it actually doesn't look that risky, hard, and scary from your perspective. You perceive things as normal, and that's normal to you, and there's nothing bad about it. Another example of stereotyping is when a person has an empty, say, 7th or 5th house, or if they have malefic planets in those houses, and some astrologers jump to conclusions that this person is not gonna have a good love life, or this person is never gonna have kids or dating life. And now you may be surprised, but the personal life is a topic of your own will. It is something that you can work on your own even without astrology. There are people that have just perfect love life natal charts, but they have chaotic lives and they don't have good lives because they don't put any efforts towards that. I remember when I started studying astrology 7 years ago, many people said that Uranus in the 7th house may create a lot of divorces or some events, something unpleasant about 7th house. But the practice showed that it's not always a bad case. In many cases, it's totally fine. For example, that person who has Uranus in the 7th house ended up getting married with somebody who has Uranus in the 1st house, or that person married an astrologer because astrology is Uranus, at least from the school where I studied astrology. Or they might have a really, really nice and strong marriage, but Uranus creates some sort of ups and downs, but they progress together and they go through these ups and downs together and they become stronger and stronger and much stronger than a person who has Venus in the 7th house. And don't take these examples seriously, it's just the examples and they fully depend on you, as I said. My point is that the personal life is fully a personal effort, fully your will kind of topic. Okay, another mistake that beginner astrologers do is that many beginner astrologers only take one small detail and they keep going with it without fully analyzing it. So for example, they would say, oh, you have Mercury in your 1st house. That means you are communicative. That means you like to write or journal, or that like you're very outgoing and you want to travel. The thing is, to say that, you have to also look at many other things that will give you more information. Is that true or not? Because this is Mercury in the 1st house is not just about that. To know if a person is really that outgoing and communicative, you have to also look at its placement, its sign, its aspects, the 3rd house, the ruler of 3rd house, and many other things that arise in this path, and they actually tell a story. So the more experienced astrologers analyze a natal chart in a more complex approach. They take many things into considerations before they try to describe it.